So the various help desk that will be given, we actually center on how do you. So you will see Zoom watermark
on the
yes,
okay,
you can see. So the various
okay, so it's
help desk that will be given, we actually center on how do you. So you will see Zoom.
So if you're sharing slides,
if we also share
voice, slide, video, everything.
and then that's it.
If you scroll down, sir,
yes,
if you scroll down,
yes,
there's also a chat here.
yes, there is. Let me
They can ask questions.
this is it. This is it. So top chat, live chat. If we also share
Voice, slide, video, everything. If you scroll down, sir.
so this perfectly addresses the challenge with number.
There seems to be some delay.
Yes, because it's API. Is a video matching. So it is those people that are on the Zoom that are really direct. So there is some, is it a residual time lapse, but it's still the same thing. In addition to this, this thing at the end of my lecture, I can now dump it on the LMS.
For those who did not.
So for those
Passively,
exactly.
which one consumes more data?
But it's still the same thing. Is this? You know why? Because it is live. But when I dump somewhere, I can download onto my system.
So it's just the download.
The downloading data.
Which is what most of them want to do.
We want to do.
Majority
we want to do. So three things, sir.
Is it also very heavy for download? Can it be?
After the lecture,
Yes.
after the lecture, you can share link because it's being recorded.
Yes.
So you can share the link with the students so that we can only
Please have access. Then you give them the passcode. The password. Yes. You see, why that is good, I will not subscribe to it. Because when the student says you don't teach them or they don't have access, when university is interrogating, the university will go to LMS. Do you have the resources?
Unless you dump the link in the LMS.
In the LMS, yes. Okay, so it's both that we need to do. So for us, the center point of
now reduce the volume of this.
Yes. We have the resources. So the center point of our technical support should be how do we build capacity of our colleagues? One, to become proficient in the use of Zoom, and that ab initio, when they just log in, they should just project to YouTube so that they will not have some students dropping out.
Okay, from the time they just log in.
From the time they just log in. So as I'm logging, starting my lecture, I just project to Zoom straight. That is one aspect. The other aspect, which we want to suggest that you also talk to management. This is a call to action. What will be okay, that will be perfect for us, is for our colleagues to actually develop their content in PowerPoint and use it to create a digital channel for themselves.
Digital channel?
Yes, YouTube channel.
Right.
Yes.
They can create their own.
Yes, once you have Mamuda at Unilag, you already have a YouTube account. You already have, so what they just need to do, as I showed earlier, sir, this is what they just have to do. Come to open your Unilag email, come to your this suit, then click it. Okay, when you click it, you can come here. You can create. So this creating is you have to. You can upload your video or you go live. So if you want to go live, there is a limit to it because there is premium subscription. So,
but if you create,
you can just upload. So you can upload. You see, when you are uploading, this presume that you already have your PowerPoint in slide, and you just upload.
Yeah. But what this means is that uploading to the entire world.
Public.
It's public.
Anybody can
yes. No, you can actually restrict it. There is a yes. Let me see if I can get a file to.
For some of our people that I say no.
Well, let me just see CC mass. Let me see if I can get it. You can actually.
What's the maximum that the Zoom will take?
It's 300, sir.
300.
Yes, 300. Immediately it goes beyond 300, you switch to webinar.
Okay. Okay, once the number of people.
Yes.
Then webinar will not allow you to also interact. Except those who are designated.
Yes.
Yes.
And enabled.
Yeah.
And that will be very few.
Yeah. The problem, even we can't do webinar because we just have one license.
For webinar, yes. So let me pick this. Let me just use this as an example. Let me just use this as an example. So this is the let me see what other things we have here. Thumbnail playlist, whether it's audience, age restriction. So yes, if it is made for, or no, it's made for, it's not made for kids. So something like that. So you can show more. So yes. So you have all those feature places and recording. So license. So publish, allow video and audio remix. No. So we have some of those. So if you want comments, you can put it. If you don't want comments, so show how many of you are like this. So you can now go here. So let's see, it is not made for cream. So you and these are rights. See, so you can check for copyrights and so unlisted public. So that's what I'm saying.
Okay, that's why you're saying that.
Yes, you can restrict it. Okay. So when you say public, private, you will now have to individually send
link
to those people.
And that becomes a bit more
problematic. So the best thing is to but for us, what I know, so you can also set a date to make your video public. There's a few other things. But for us,
sir, I think it's still okay if we can do private. If we give it to the class rep.
Class rep.
That's not the problem.
You'll not be able to.
That is it.
They have WhatsApp groups, all of them. So they will just post it on their WhatsApp. In their circle. Yeah. I think it makes sense.
That is number one. But there is a positive side to it. If we can ensure that we are free of intellectual property, it also aids university visibility.
Yeah. But since you're just trying first,
yes,
most of those have not been educated.
Yes. So,
Yeah.
and that's why I said it's an opportunity for us to really start from, to start organically. Okay. We can build capacity moving forward in each of the faculties and really put through the capacity to be able to transfer. And then we now say in each department, like in system, we can say in each department across the level, at least there must be a content in that department that is available online.
Okay.
Let's say marine sciences, 100 level, one course should be able to
pass all
the recording, PowerPoint, editing. Then 200 level, we pick one. 300 level, we pick one. 400 level. So these are about a minimum of 4 academic staff in a department, and they become the contact person to train others. So you will now see that in a session, we will be moving, like having almost 50% of our courses already in digital content form. It's just the beginning that will be tough. And for this, I want to plead that the university need to commit resources. Resources in terms of facilitator, resources in terms of where will you come and do your recording. Each faculty must have a room, a small room that a lecturer can go. Look at this screen, sir. So you will be, my PowerPoint is there, it's projected. So if I'm making mistake, I know I can have enough. It's just for a course. Let's say 100 level, another course in 200 level. So that would be the reference points. And then we can go to second semester. Process is continuous. And by next session, we can say we have substantial. And it will also sort of that will be tough. Yeah, it will burden the faculty members, because once I have my courses available in PowerPoint and in recorded form, I can always be updating. Okay, my file will not get lost. I can always have access to it. So this is so for this to be done.
That's even that's venue where this can be done, or even where you have this.
Yes.
The faculty boardrooms in most places, can they?
Yes, yes.
It can work.
It can work, sir. Perfectly. It can, at least as a starting point. As a starting
last
point.
year, to use during COVID, we used the DLI recording
studio.
Use the DLI recording studio. That was the only place I was at.
In fact, this Oga Uche, part of what is supposed to supply is a recording studio equipment.
Okay. That's fine.
You have one centrally.
Yes.
Yes, too should have one.
Yeah. You know, that was what led to when I said Mr. Onoka. When Madam was saying that, yes, we should have a central one here. That and I've forgotten that I actually put it in that zonal intervention.
Okay.
So I just never knew that it will become so. Okay. For us,
but then what do you need
now
to take off?
Thank you, sir.
That's number one. First,
let them talk.
First, what are those things that you need in-house as CITS to get up? What are those things CITS requires to get the faculties up and running? And what are those things that CITS requires in order to have strategic communication with the faculty members? Because if we don't communicate it strategically, they will not accept it.
Yes.
And once they don't accept it, it will fail from day one. So it has to be done in such a way that not because we are not able to complete the hostel, but they will also see
It's new phase. It's a new phase of life.
It's a new phase of life. And they will also see some value.
Yes.
If you go through this way, you may not have to come to school.
Yes.
It will
If
reduce
you have the resources
Mm.
to data to do it, and then we will all be in a way that the data consumption is not going to be humongous.
Yes.
Because once people just think of data, sometimes they don't even realize how small
Yes.
the data requirements are.
Yes.
So those are things that sound requires so.
Okay, that is very instructive. That
to measure.
John, yes, is very, very instructive. It's very, very instructive. So, Dr. Inwoyiri, we look around, you come on with some thoughts around these strategies, but I can quickly afford some guess. The first thing is that we are the foundation. So we need to get our house in order.
So that's the thing.
So getting the
Yes.
getting the house in order requires 3 items.
Okay.
1, identifying the contact person. Even though it may be the director, but that will be the contact person that will actually be pushing it. And that contact person has to be the driver, has to be one of the ladies. Riding on that, we will now pull existing resources. These are the documentations that we have on how to adopt e-learning tools. So we pull existing resources, identify existing tools that can be used. 1, Zoom platform, and then we now put in brackets that for large groups, for large classes, or beyond 1,000, beyond 300, because maximum capacity is 300. So for large classes beyond 300, it is advisable that they split the group, they disaggregate into groups to make it manageable, so that they don't need to go the route of webinar. And why webinar is not often advisable is that it limits class participation.
Exactly, yeah.
So we are now encouraging. So what we are saying invariably is that we are saying that go small, so that you can have class participation through LMS. Through LMS. And the other tools that having Uniline email gives you access to YouTube, as from Zoom to YouTube, and that will make it to cover
the excess
the users. The other bit is for one to create a YouTube channel, which in this instance we need to be very cautious about. But with Zoom, you are not outside. The aim is to widen reach and participation. As it that we have is the university LMS.
Yeah.
At the management meeting was see all these other centers, they also have their business, which they are a permanent solution, just to assist the need to the university. That may require us to have an interface with the center leaders. So I want to,
yeah.
So they will listen to you more than they will do to.
I'll speak to them and schedule a meeting.
Okay, so it is that. So that is on our side here. Get that we have our and to be running away to make it easy for them to, and that may require them coming to see. Guys, we don't have the staff. We now need to train for our IT, our interns.
That will work more than like we have shown there. Yeah, is that each should have e-learning officers, like we did during COVID. For those ones, we would train on the existing facilities and facilities. So they will now be the first rallying point in the department. So they can go to them.
Yes.
If they have
yes, that is well understood, sir. You must, yes, that is well. Yes, that is well understood. But you should know like ecosystem very well. Some of the e-learning officers, you will not see them.
I was once an e-learning officer.
Some of them you will not see them. So, and when you don't see them and they don't have the second the second alternative that they can, they get frustrated. So for us here, and we need to, sir. I know our colleague very, and then it will just die naturally. So for this, because we are going to use the intern, even if it's just to take care of their lunch for this period.
The interns.
Interns.
That will operate the help desk.
That will operate the help desk. Even though they are in internship, they are learning. But you know the way there should be some incentives attached to some of these. So I picked two things during Arua, and it's very instructive for me. The interns that we have, Enoch, Tokpe, all those stuff, those guys were always with us till around 9. Pelumi, some of them are now the Zoom or the Kiniko media person for their church. But even at that they are now deploying these skills. Personally, I was giving them lunch and dinner. Because they will just come. Once it is 4 p.m., what do? They just leave. But because I was doing the little I could do, they were
now committed.
Yeah.
They were committed. In fact, I think we gave them a t-shirt as well.
Yes.
Yes, they were so happy. And some of them were posting it that they are part of Arua Kiniko. So I picked that fundamentally, that a bit of incentive. In fact, they may not even, at a particular time, it may just be that they don't even need to be in CITS. We may now have to go to the faculty, and that will allow us to take more people.
Okay.
But if they are to come to CITS, it will be 1 or 2 people at a time. But if we go there, we can now designate that you attend to Professor that, you attend to this, and we cover more. So the e-learning officer will be the first level responder, but when there are gaps, failures, they are not living up to them, we now intervene with our our crop of interns. So really push, because, and this we need to do massively in the first 2 weeks, so that when they pick that enthusiasm, it does not die in our colleagues. And once that happens, you will see the student, they will be agitated. So we just need to make sure that.
Where does light come into this ecosystem? What are the possible consequences of no light?
The 2 consequences. The first consequence is if you are not using laptop, then you cannot work. The desktop will not work on this one. So the only thing that will work, that lecturer, even if you are using because the way what we have done, yes, I said they should write a memo. I wouldn't know what we have done. We've strengthened some faculties. So the intention is that with what we are saying now, the boardroom or wherever should be part of those units that will be attached to the solar wherever. Here now you can see when there's power outage, I continue to work internet day, so there's no issue. Okay, so if we need to find out from the
Is that what the kind of thing you give them in the faculties?
Yes.
Yes, in fact, the one for the faculties is even better than this, because the one in the faculty has the battery, has the inverter, also has solar panel.
What do you call it?
Hybrid 5 kVA hybrid solar inverter. So this one has no solar, and that would be my next concentration. So in fact, as it is, if they took power for 24 hours,
This even without
solar,
because it's
how many batteries?
This is about 20.
Wow.
But for the fact because this is 20 kVA.
Yeah.
This is 20 kVA. That one is 5 kVA.
And that one has a smaller
4.
battery.
Yes, 4.
Just 4 batteries for the faculties.
That means they have improved. Is it gel? Gel batteries?
Yes.
This gel.
Yes,
This gel.
This gel.
This
Okay.
is gel.
In those days, I had 7.5 kVA. But I had 10 batteries for normal batteries.
In fact,
They don't spoil.
what is happening now, if one can just can stomach money. If one can just stomach money, and buy lithium battery, you are home and drive for a minimum of 15 years.
But lithium battery is quite expensive.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. If you can stomach it for 15 years, you are home.
How much is this unit like this?
This cost us like almost 7.5.
Okay. But the one now that has
The solar, that one was almost 40.
Yes, much.
Uh,
The total sum for that is
was-
108 million.
Ó ní nǹkan míì.
So that okay, has it?
Ó ní nǹkan míì. Ó ní nǹkan míì. Ó ní nǹkan míì.
It's just a solar issue.
No, it has
50 kVA.
yes, 50 kVA.
50, so that's
5,
10.
yes,
5, 10.
So it's
108.
108.
So that's like about 10 million or something.
Yes,
The cost gone, but is
yes.
but do all the faculties have it?
At least 9 faculties.
9.
At least that I'm aware of.
Who are those? There's 9 faculties.
Engineering, Faculty of Arts,
Mhm.
Management Sciences, Law, Science, social sciences, environmental, education, and education.
Not
No.
No,
So
is Okakoka.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah, remaining one. Management, have we put?
Management. Environment.
Huh? We've called them environmental.
education.
We've called them
1,
education.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. And law, taking law,
Yeah.
management law,
Mm.
engineering and science.
Science, yeah.
This side is
Okay.
complete.
Yes.
I think the chemical.
Yeah,
One
we
chemical.
put one in chemical engineering.
Why chemical has a separate?
Because that's the axis that service
Chemical.
Now the question is why
Yes.
I have a pharmacy.
No, we have a server, a mini switch room there. So, and that is where we took connectivity to the residences.
Okay, now I'm talking about
Pharmacy and
pharmacy college.
No. What they presently have was just four
base stations.
for base stations, not.
I think, yeah, they have 4 base stations
Uh-huh.
plus the main station. That's 5.
The base station works
With the
radio
internet,
frequency.
Yes,
No.
it's for internet.
internet connectivity.
Okay,
Internet connectivity.
okay. Scheduling of lectures, would there be any issues if they're using Zoom?
No,
Can the whole university be having lectures?
everybody can have on
And there
Zoom.
won't be any,
There won't be anything.
but they're all going to be connected to LMS.
No, the LMS is for
That's the
async.
gateway.
Yes, asynchronous learning.
Uh-huh.
So the Zoom is in the cloud.
Now, when you're using it for the synchronous learning, and you put your link through the LMS,
We will put on the LMS
they will put that. They should just take their lectures.
on Zoom and YouTube. So all of that is resting on cloud, nothing to do with our own local. So it is
So how
after
do
the
you-
lecture,
Uh-huh.
they now dump the recording on the LMS.
So they shouldn't just go through
No, they
LMS
shouldn't.
when they want to teach.
Yes.
You should just go and teach. But would they remember to come and bring that resource?
Very important. That rests on the lecturer. Very important.
As well as let them remember to record.
How about assignments? Can't they give assignments through LMS?
Yes, they can do that.
And
Assignment.
students can now respond to at least show that.
So,
Yeah.
Assignments, notes, recommended text
Mhm.
can be on LMS. All of that can
as was done during
COVID, yes. So the only thing that will be outside of LMS is the teaching itself, because that would take a lot of bandwidth, which we can't afford at the moment.
What would be the pushback? I thought to tell you, you want me to go and use my money to see your students.
Yeah, that's what it's true.
The last time we tried to buy data, that one we were giving to students,
Yes.
unfortunately to staff.
Flow from students.
Yes.
Went
So that database, was it useful?
it was
I'm talking about what will be the pushback from staff? Data.
definitely.
But yes, we, as you always say, sir, if one is to be devil's advocate, and you said something that was very, depending on how we put the information out, data might not be really a pushback. But if you don't put it out well, data issue will be a pushback. Why did I say so? There is hardly any academic that does not spend personally a month on data. There is none. Hardly. So, depending on how we push it out, they can accept it, and they may say, what's the university giving back? Now, I will not want us to toe the line that if you are not coming to campus, you will have spent some money to on fuel, or no, we shouldn't, even if it's just 2005. And how do we do it? We don't their number. Can we just 2005 token? It may be possible from November or December to everyone's salary.
And as if we're using
GIF. So you just say data. That will be the narration. Okay? So that this is what the university can.
But when we bought bulk,
Yes.
it may be cheaper.
It
But the
will.
problem
It will.
distribution.
How do we do it? Closed user.
Group.
Yes.
It's possible. I think if we have
But
a
the
deal
challenge with that one is that we have plurality of network.
That's it. So we must have
We disaggregated them.
we must have low
What we thought that time.
and with that there's always a central point where the CITS can disseminate this to them.
Yeah.
So the whole CITS it's now dispensed here. That was how it was done last time. So that could also be another way of doing it if the give me is not
yes.
by bulk.
Okay. So bulk purchasing.
Yeah.
Cash.
Yeah. Data cash support through giveness. Because when they see cash, they will say
Then the last time, sir, there was a meeting before the launch with HODs and the nominated e-learning.
Very important.
I think that should also still
very, very important. Not just with the HOD.
No,
and
I'm
the
saying
dean,
and the deans. Yes, and the deans. So that the deans, HODs, and the e-learning officers.
We are thinking of having provost and deans meeting directors. So we on Friday.
Okay.
Otherwise, it should be on Monday. Okay. Says the notice has not gone out.
Okay. Okay.
Maybe during the number, we discuss and whether it should still happen for Friday or Monday. So meeting with
sir, this is again, I want to play the devil's advocate. I know I picked so many things from you. I'm just thinking aloud. When students are on campus, they consume so much electricity. So if we are savings we are making from there, can we just do it for
that kind of support?
Yes. Because when you are saying they will be looking where will be the source.
Yeah.
So without dipping deep into university. Yeah.
Okay.
Again, something, because when it comes like that, I always this is a digression, sir. This accommodation, 43,000 does not make sense. It has not been communicated. It has not been communicated to me, and I need that communication.
It's now 80.
Okay, let's start from there. It doesn't, because last year I'm aware of people that sold their best space 250, 300.
Yeah.
I'm aware of people that scotted and pay 150, 100,000. I'm aware of floaters that pay 75, 100,000. And I'm aware of anger. They just come, eat, and go. So, and somebody said on Monday that around WJ now, there is no 500,000 bed space.
That's correct.
That is minimum of 650.
That's right.
Yes. Yes, it's minimum of 650.
Small space.
Yes. I said this is Monday. So people are making money off us, and we are living in poverty.
Wow. You still start crying.
They will not cry.
We'll have a meeting with them.
It doesn't. And it's because it's so cheap. There are so many there, and bed bugs we so for the second layer of what is needed is communication.
Put it there.
Yeah, communication. We just need to keep, and at this point in time, the HODs and deans, we have to do a lot of work.
Now, apart from this, hybrid 5
KB. Yes, sir.
How about the access points for the faculties in terms of
Yes.
hotspots,
Yes.
internet?
Yes,
penetration,
as we said,
do we still have? Or some will just tell you, you don't have.
as I said on Monday, we've had over 100 injection of access points.
Okay.
Yes, over 100, and many of the faculties, except for Faculty of Arts, because the one that we had, the Faculty of Arts is 2 wings. One wing for the offices, the other wing for the classrooms.
Yeah.
So except for Faculty of Arts that has such structure, and it is the classrooms that we have not covered.
But the offices
are
Yeah, this is so if students are not coming on campus, there may not be need
to put
in the classroom. So it is, and luckily we got feedback from lecturers in arts that in a long while, for over 5 years, that they can now say
they have internet.
They have internet. So for what we should concern ourselves with is to invest, to conduct survey across the faculties that what are the
talking about even having internet, the ones at home.
Yes.
They have started working, but it's very slow and very
do you know the challenge? We may be able to do it next year. You see, the fiber link to that place, we need to redo because there are so many joints. And yes, and there are points of discontinuity. At each of those points, you lose some packets. That's it. Because we discussed it. So the best thing is to do holistic fiber recabling.
Now, apart from all these other resources, any financial resources, what are the financial implications of the readiness for CITs? And what are the financial implications for readiness for staff? We need to have that.
I shared something here. She said, no. You know these laboratory fees that department and faculty are getting now through you and DVC are now. Certain proportion of it should be dedicated to strengthening ICT in the faculty. It's very, very important. When I raised it, she thought I was saying that money should come to CITS, but she was not ready. Because she's a friend, a sister. So when I see her, I share my thoughts with her.
We don't talk about money with the person. There's no friendship when it comes to money.
So, because you know why
face, body, everything will change.
Once you start talking. Yes. So you know why how that got to me. My department, I think we got almost 10 million or thereabouts. And I know department in engineering that got 15, 20, 25.
We got 27 in Marine Science.
So from that, that is one way of asking departments to also contribute to boosting tools that they will use also use to deliver learning. I said, no, once you tell yourself, the university will take care of the central need. Yes, it's very, very important. And if things continue this way, we pray we don't have any force majeure, any major incidents that will affect. You will see that constantly such channels of fund will become going to the department, and they can always use.
Where do we take care of the preparation of the resources to ensure that it aligns with the standard practice?
Yeah.
During that COVID, we were able to develop a template of it.
We still have it.
Yes.
Still have it.
It has
The
logo.
logo.
Yeah, we still have
We still have it.
So we just those are the resources that are
very important.
so that when anybody that sees it, we know that this is Unilax.
And that has to be given again that meeting
Yes.
to the e-learning officer and
to make them
available
to
and anybody that needs can still come to CIT.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, that is what do you call it? Customized.
Customize the PPT,
Mm.
PowerPoint templates. PowerPoint templates.
But I know I did all the jobs with that.
Yes.
There's also the one that they require train, One is the one that you share slides and you teach with the slides. There's the other one again where they share both the slide and the teaching, which is already recorded.
Yeah. Mm.
So the recorded one, you may not be able to ask feedback questions, but
Yes.
you can chat
Yes.
with the lecturer.
Mm.
But that also gives some level of certainty that the lecture must hold.
Yes.
Whether the lecturer is around
Yes. Or not.
Once you have that,
Yes.
something, it can be placed.
Yes. Yeah.
So we also need to talk about that when we are speaking to them. What do you think?
And then that was the aspect of when I said PowerPoint recording.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
So
those are
this is
pre-recorded.
No, this one is you record when you are teaching live.
Yes.
But this one is an
Pre-recorded.
This is it. This is it.
Pre-recorded videos.
Yeah, that's what was showing the other. This is it. This is it, sir. Let's see this. So in that pre-record, there are two sides of the pre-recorded. Could be a purely real pre-recorded, where you will have your gadgets, you have the educational technology person who will tell you this is the way you need. In fact, somebody was telling me that at times what they do that you will not see it, they will put dummy.
For this, for the lecturer.
For the lecturer.
Yeah.
So they just put dummy as
your eye contact and
everything
at a level. So,
when we have a proper studio, that's
so
the
this
way
is
to
it,
go. That's the way to go.
So this is pre-recorded. So you can see my thumb there. This is PowerPoint.
Can you put volume on it now? You muted it.
Yes. That pre-recorded will be taken on two sides of the recorded school.
Your Zoom is still
real pre-recorded. I am Professor. Today is July. We have the educational technology person who will do this.